Hello guys, welcome back again to our part 3 of our PHP MySQL Crud operation, and in this video we are going to create a connection of our application and the database. And after connection, now we are going to create go to the code part on how to connect our form that we have created in part 1 with the database. So I just mean this. We have our project like this. I think you remember what you created in part 1. This is what you have created in part 1. Create a student's registration form whereby we have these inputs. We have first name, we have last name, we have email, a phone number, and password. If we try, for example, to insert anything and submit, I think there's no any response that maybe this data will go anywhere. Nobody knows it will go there because we don't have a database so far, and we don't have any connection. It's just a form we have. And now we are going to create a connection. We now go to the logic part whereby we can now create that logic code whereby how do we insert, what's the logic behind that. Now we have a database, we have a form of the user interface, we key in something, where will it go? So that's logic behind this is what will be next after we have created a connection. Therefore we are going to do so. We have our database. If you remember, this is our database. It's called PHP Crud 3. Remember our second lecture, and we have a table called Crud 3, and we have this column. We have ID, first name, last name, email, phone number, and password. Now we are going to kick off now the connection of our database and our project. So here, let me create a new file called connection.php. Connection.php, press enter like that. Now we are going to create now the connection of our application and database now before we do other things. So let's start with PHP, then we close here, then we come here now. So I'm saying like con variable con is equals to MySQLi. We're going to use MySQLi, put bracket and then a single quote. So we are going to use localhost as a server. Let's become PHP my admin localhost localhost, and then root. Now that's now our username is root, and password is blank, so we leave that way. Then we have database name. You remember we are going to put this one. This is now our database here. You have to remember why we are going to put PHP Crud 3. So that's the name of our database. So it is PHP Crud 3, like that, and then we close with a semicolon. Now here you have we need now the connection. That is just a comment, so it has no any meaning here. So we say like if this con, that variable con, connect underscore error, connect underscore error, then we move the curly braces there, and and this one here, connection is equals to new MySQLi, like that, MySQLi. So I hope you remember when I said we are going to use MySQLi. So now we are saying like if now create that connection, now say like if now that connection underscore is connect underscore error, if the connection is not true according to the credentials that we have going to put, so we say die you put a bracket, that's now the parentheses, and then you put double quote, you just say connection failed, like that, and you concatenate like that, and then just put a spacing and go say con, that's our variable, our variable con is now throwing that error connection connect underscore error, like that. Now like that. So and this one it should be inside here. So now it will throw error if at all maybe you put the wrong credentials, and now if everything is correct, will now echo that the connection is successful or connected successfully, like that. Successfully like that. Then we put we close it like that. We want to save it, and now that we have already created a connection, that's a simple connection. That's how we can simply create a connection. We go to our index.php. Now up there, just put some space there, create a PHP, open PHP and close. Sorry, what is it? Just put PHP syntax like that, and make sure you close. See, now we have errors because you have already produced PHP here, open but you have not closed. Once you close, you don't see any error there. like that. Errors are gone now, but not that way, the other way around. So a question mark and then like that. Errors are gone now. So here we only put one file, that is include. We have to include the connection, so as everything will be okay. Include what? The name of our connection file is connection.php. You have to remember that. So it's connection .php. Once you put a dot, it will now reflect it. So just press enter like that, then come there, close it with a semicolon. We save. Now once we save there, we go to our application, we check it whether the connection is successful or not. Maybe if the connection is it's not correct, it will throw an error. Once its connection is okay, it will we will get this message, connected successfully. So this message is not written well. Connected successfully, then you save. Once you do any changes, you save your work. So let's go back to our browser. Here we are here. Now we have to go to the file path. Here now the index part is this one. So now we are going to say connection. That's, you have to remember that, connection.php, like that. So once I press enter, we'll check whether we have already succeeded connected with the database or not. So press enter like that. You see, connected successfully. This means that everything is okay with our connection, and we can now move ahead. So, but to prove you that maybe if at all we can put any credential that's not wrong, maybe let's say we put a database that's not existing. Let's just put it and see what will happen. It's good sometimes you try. That's now the process of learning in real sense. Just put 5 there. Let's assume we have a database called PHP Crud 35. Save it. Then go back to the browser. Then let's refresh this page. You can see that's the error I was talking about. Fatal error and caught MySQL SQL exception unknown database. This one, PHP Crud 35. So this is the error. All this error means that it has thrown away an error because it's trying to find a database called Crud 35 in this PHP my admin. These are the databases I have of my applications and projects that I do build. But now it's trying to search, but no any database called Crud 35. Therefore, that's why it has prompt error. So sometimes you should know how to read errors and know this error is being brought about by what. And then go back and let me remove that 5 and save. Once go back and refresh the page, connected successfully. Let's say if it's connected successfully like this, and we don't put this echo message, we just remove it like that. Then once we refresh, it will not give us any message. It's just a blank page. You see, it's a blank page because we have not echo anything. That maybe once the connection is good or the connection is okay, through the echo this message. So you can that's now how you can at least know what is going on here in our connection. So we are done with connection. Now we are going to the next part of we're going to the next part of our coding. Let's say for example now we need to now for example now here we don't need a connection successfully in our second part. That echo message is just to show us that the connection is successful, so we can go ahead doing up our main agenda of this application. So So that is why I have removed that echo message. So we just save everything. Sorry, and we can now move ahead to the next part. Let's go ahead. Here now, we after the connection is successful, and remember to remove this echo and connection, so as we can go with other things safe like that. So we are going to create another file called insert, new file. So now we are going to create another, that is insert dot php, and then just press enter like that. This means that we are going to create now we have the code here, the logic bit that this code or on this file insert.php means that we are now going to insert that data to the database. That this now the form, the file that will enhance us to do so. So, and at the back of your mind, you have to remember this form. Just go remove this connection, and then press enter like this. So this form, the next step is that once we click this key in everything here, maybe first name, whatever, and then we submit this data. That's now the part we are doing right now. We go there, we put codes there that will enhance this form to submit data to this database. That's what we are doing right now. So it is very important part. So be keen there, and maybe if at all you have any question, just drop down on the description of this video, and I'll be able to answer you as soon as I can. So therefore, let's go ahead to our code. Now we have we have start with PHP as usual. PHP PHP, then just put a question mark there, and again close like that. Now, so first of all, you have this. Now what I was talking there before, you have to include that connection, so as at least this one will know that there's a connection somewhere to the database. So include what? The file of that connection called connection dot php like that, and then close with a semicolon like that. Then you say if bracket is set like that, put parentheses like that, and then you just say $_ underscore post. Going to use the post method, and just put this anchor bracket like this. Then we say now submit. This submit main is very important to understand that is now the name of our button, other terms. Then we open curly braces like that. And then we just say if again is at, sorry, if is at, if is at bracket post, you have to remember it's not just post but $_ we now use this angle bracket again. We put sorry, if not if, this is not this one, sorry. So you put curly braces like that. We're now going to put the fields, the columns or the fields of our form. We're going now to, that's now where our index.php comes in, and it is very important to understand the names of our inputs. This first name, this last name, this email, this phone, this password. Just change this name, and then the name. You can see now the name submit we have put on if set. This one. You go to insert here. Here, this is submit. This submit is this one of our submit button. The name submit. If at all we have put label example here like push, we must put if is set here as push. Understand? Go ahead. Now I have 5 fields. As we have said, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and this 5 first name. So I need like how many posts here? Like I need to speed up. So 1, that is 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I'm putting like underscore is equals dollar underscore post, this one. Then we put an angle bracket like that, and inside I need to have a single quote outside there. I'm closing it such. I have just put it so because I need those are just common things with all those fields. So I'm going to start with the first name. That is now first name. You have to remember the names now of our fields, of our input fields. First name, like that, and this last name. We also have email. Hope you remember. We have a phone, field phone, and then we also have what else we had. Yeah, we have we had password like that. Now let me just try to at least to align this well. And so here I have, so just copy this and paste here, because now we are going to post that one, another field, copy, going to post that one. You know, now that one, that's now the fun, at least that one will, now that one will means it will now post direct to the database. Copy email there, what you call phone there, then our password. Have to remember that. That's another very important thing that you could have asked as a question. Like for example, in our database we had a field called a column called ID, and if you remember that ID we have put it as auto increment, meaning it will auto increment itself. So no need of putting there. Then the point is clear. Now we are here. We are done. We are done with that one. And just down here, have to remember that. Say, just write SQL is equals to insert. Let's write insert into, and then into what now? This is now another very important part, into our table. So this data we are going to insert into our table. So what we put, the name for our table, if you remember, is called Crud 3. That's the name. So everything is very important here, bit to bit. So it's called what? Crud Crud 3, like that. Now we move ahead, insert into Crud 3, put parentheses like that. Just put two parentheses, and we are going to start with this column or this name here, post. So just say, but you must put backticks like this, and you separate with a comma. So just copy that. Then there we have how many? 5. Then copy 5 times, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. And then the last one, remove the comma because the comma is just there to separate. And then you just take this, copy, and paste there. Then copy this, paste there, copy email here, and then paste there. Just trying to copy and paste, at least to save time as far as we know what we are doing. But I'm not advising that you paste, at least type so as you can understand. What am I doing? Fine. The things. Finally, there's some problem there. Just say is equals underscore post, and then we put this angle bracket, and then we put this. Sorry, we close there, and we put this form. Copy, put there, and what remains here? Email, password. So we have password here, and paste. So, and sorry, this one should not have this one at first. Should not have this because this is, it's not variables, not taking as variables. We are taking this exactly the names of our columns there. So another one is the last one is phone, like that. So we have next, just type values like that, and those values give parentheses again like that, and double quotes, no sorry, single quote, then a comma. Again, we need now as variables those. Copy and paste 5 times, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, like that, and then remove the comma at the last one because comma is just there to separate. And now we take this as variables, copy, and copy, and take email, paste, take phone, paste, and lastly we're gonna take this phone, then like that. So we close with a semicolon, and now we move ahead here. We say we're not taking as this results, the results as a variable here. Just say results like that is equal to mysqli underscore query, mysqli underscore query, like that. Then take two parameters, that is con and then SQL, so as a variable as well. So we close that, we close like that, and then we say if now, curly braces, but not this one. If now the results, let's underscore results, is true, the results now is true. So we just say, like, for example, now everything is good, the connection or whatever. That's now what it means by that. We just not that one, curly braces, echo, now echo data inserted successfully, like that, and then inserted omitted is there. So now if that connection and everything is okay, it means that if this result is okay, I mean if something might be wrong here, maybe I have put the wrong name here, or the wrong variable here in this column, so something of that sort. If everything is okay, so the message will be automatically echoed. And else, for example, say else echo now die, let's just put die mysqli error, like that, mysqli underscore error, like that. That will be resulted under that connection, then we close like that, and I think everything is okay. We save everything. Now I hope we have put so this one, this connection, this one is okay there. So let me save everything we have saved, and let's go to index upward here. Right now, if at all I don't put connection here, it will not work. But let me test. Back to the browser. There. This is our everything. If you do anything on the coding part, if you come to now to the front end, you have to refresh, reload this page, so as to work. You see any changes that you've done, you see whether it's okay or it has an error, so it's going to repeat doing so. So let's start without any connection there. I just need you to learn something, but if you're in a hurry, maybe fine, but I'm considering the person who don't know. So let me submit. You see, it's not submitting anything, it's not bringing any message here. So let me go back to our coding part on the index.php here. That's now the default page. You see now on the browser, I have put other, like for example, if I need to access this connection, I must put like here. I must put connection here, page connection.php like that. But now index page is a default page whereby you don't put the name of the project and that's all. The index will be uh, run automatically without, because it's the default page whereby it's the first page in other terms, or in web development you the home page or the root. That's now the root page. For example, let's say let me go to connection PHP. Just makes that code drop a little bit. Open PHP syntax like that, and then close. What is it? Like that, and then say include what now? Include, then single quote, say connection. You have to remember the file name of the connection part. So connection dot php. Press that and then go there and close connection, and then put semicolon to close. Save. Let's go. Remember, here on the form, that's the very important thing. This one, the form method is post. Remember that sometimes maybe you are told, maybe you are running, you can find something like action blah blah blah. So this one is post. Are we clear? Now button, this button, because this now the effective will take here, button should be submit. Once it's not, it will not do anything. So go back to our form now. So we are now putting, let's put email, phone number, and password. Let's say put 123, and then submit. It's not submitting. Why? I think you might know why. I think you must know why. We have this connection, and it will not do anything because we have not included this file insert. This one. If at all we don't include this one, we are doing nothing. So back to index. So we have to include these two files. So we have included already this file include for connection, and again we include this file called insert. Insert. So insert dot what dot php like that. Then we close it with a semicolon and then save everything. Remember to save your work every time. Remember to save. So save. Back to our form. Again, first of all, refresh. Every time remember to refresh your project. You can see a non-column first name in the field list. So like, let me just try to put everything 1 2 3. So that's how we can lucky. Then whatever we have now inserted. Now we need to submit. You see now it has bring an error. It is not inserted anything because, but it's now, at least it's now shows that now everything is working well. In that we just have an error. Let me check it. I think there must be something here in these columns. I think I should not ignore such spaces, and so we should not get tired, because getting tired sometimes because of errors, you go away. That's, you fear some errors, my friends. You see, that's the only space, just having spaces on it. You can see now just that space is making it to have an error. So again, let's go back to our database. Once we refresh this, we'll get the data here in this column ID, first name, last name, and everything. Just refresh. You can see like we have this Lucky, Felicia, Lucky Tech, whatever. That's on the data we have key in, and now it's on the database. So that's how simple it is on how to insert data. So here, never ignore anything. So you have, that's now the process of now getting rid of errors on your application. You can even stay here till morning. You are told finding even such an error like that. And it was just something like set spacing like that. So that's how you must be able to be at least uh, having that passion on how to rectify such things, and it'll be able to be good with time. Therefore, let me repeat once more to insert that again without that error. Just repeat this. Let me say like Tom, and last name Potter, and email just put like tom@gmail.com, and number let me just put 0712123321 like that, and then just put password like that, then submit. You can see data started successfully. Back to our database and refresh everything. Once you do anything, refresh. Once we refresh, we'll get another data here. Tom Pora, Tom at Gmail 123. That's phone, and then there is a phone and password. Anyway, so that's how simple it is on how to insert data to our database, the logic of connection to our database, and everything is working well. Now we're done with part 3. In part 4 of our Crud application, we're now going to create a, a table or a file or a part that maybe you can now pull everything here from database now to the table, something that we can view, at least to view what you have added to the database. For example, we add a student, and then we need to view that student, because not everybody is allowed to access the database, but now we can pull it for a normal user to see. You see, that's now the logic, because as we have to understand to let people maybe who are learning that we have to create that thing and we pull it, we submit the database, and then we need to retrieve back, at least what we are creating an application to a client. At least you need to show that now I be able to add something to a database, and now he or she can be able to do what? See it. Therefore, that's the next task, to pull this data from the database now to the table for someone to see. And now after pulling that data to the database, we extend it, we put actions. Now we can update, we can delete, we can do anything. So that's now what we will expect in the next lecture. Thank you very much for listening, and let's see each other in the next lecture. And kindly subscribe to my channel, at least, and hit the bell icon, and so as at least you can get notified whenever I add any kind of tech video in this channel. Thank you very much.
Thanks for watching Lucky Tech Techniques channel.